state-of-the-art battery hydraulic pump setup. It just so happens it's connected to a power tilt trailer. So we're going to use this. We're going to raise this, lower that, and squish that tire over there.
Well, I've seen some crazy methods, but this is about the craziest. Okay, you tell me when.
Okay. Go over. I got my foot on it. Like I said, hopefully it'll hold. Like I said, this I couldn't get it to bust off. So
I understand.
It's up, buddy. Don't keep it pressed. There you go.
Pop. Am I done?
No, it doesn't want to pop. That's my problem. Come up with it. Come up. Keep pushing the tire out. I mean, I'm pushing in hard.
You want me to try?
You want to? Come on.
I'll get my money back. All right, slowly. Come on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Come on. Whoop. Hold it right there. No, no. Hold it.
Oh, my bad.
Go back up. Up, up, up. Slowly down. Right there. When I say stop, just stop. Go. Stop.
Yeah.
So, I would say what you need is the same thing you see at the shops. They got that thing that comes in here and it goes down and into the rim. But we ain't got one of those.
I ain't got one of those.
All right, so plan B would be.
I said I got my little wood thing, but Michelle took off on my truck, and I don't have keys to hers.
Here we go. AK-47, the very best there is. When you absolutely, positively got to kill every motherfucker in the room, except no substitutes.
If you have never used a lever bead breaker like this, a homemade device, then you may not be a redneck. If you've ever changed a tire, you will know most of the time that breaking the bead off the tire is one of the most difficult things you can do, and this device makes it really easy.
Ta-da! 50% of the time, it works every time.
So when I was a kid, changing motorcycle tires and tubes, I didn't know what a spoon was.
Yeah.
But I knew what a big flathead screwdriver was. Do you know how many times I punched a damn hole in my tube?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hell, I've done it with those damn things.
It seemed like every time, maybe a couple times. And that was the worst thing, is getting on your bike and going, psst. So, I'm having a hard time here. Hang on a second. Let me get closer. Come on. God, wow. That's a beast. I like your little Archimedes wooden.
Honda, the CEO of the company, when he was still the CEO, had a thing for Rokons. What I understand.
Sure.
That's what they said, anyways. There's not a lot of history out there on it, so.
This should be easy, right?
I don't know. Is this one easier or harder than the other one?
You said?
I thought always said
it's less rubber. I mean, that's the only thing that I'm going with. It's less rubber. Should be less diameter.
Saving the hardest one for last.
Get closer to the bead. Yeah. Oh, look at it. I told you. Well, it's the alcohol thing. It's totally the alcohol.
I'm telling you, man. Rub it out, and it's cheap. You can go buy that at the drugstore. You know?
It's $1. Yeah. Yeah, my anal bead or anal lube, whatever the hell, anal ease is I think that
sounds more like a
15,
party.
$15, $20, something like that. But it lasts forever.
Like a couple bucks.
Yeah.
It does go out of date in 2 years though. How's alcohol?
You mean we're still good though, right?
Oh yeah, it's still good right now. We're not
okay,
doing,
good.
We're not damaging anything.
Yeah. Geez.
Not yet.
Yeah, this is gonna be much easier, man. Fronts are always easier.
I don't know, man. I mean, because this is the rear, so I don't know how you keep
It's a rear
saying
tire, but still, you got that big beast. You got a bigger tire in the rear, despite the way it looks on the bike.
Yeah. Oh, let's go from the tire up. What's going on here?
Don't do that. There it is. Yeah, you should just need one more. That should be it. See if you can push that all the way through. Oh, never mind. Now you should be able to do it. Yeah, just wait.
Not with your big foot on it.
Oh, look at that. You're just fucking tire machine, man. Just moving it right through. Oh, look at that. That's just so beautiful.
I shoved it through my shin. Hey-oh.
Why do you need a tire machine when you got a Luke around?
Yeah.
See if it'll come off the rim just with some alcohol on your feet.
Right on there. Scooty. All right, party foul. Shit.
Nope.
Nope. Look, it makes
It's
it
not
really
easier.
slick.
Definitely not easier.
Right. That's backwards.
Oh, yep. Oh, look at that. That's just the way they're supposed to come off.
Allegedly.
If it's not 20 years old, it probably would come off like that. I don't think I've ever seen one. Maybe a bicycle. You know, I have changed hundreds of motorcycle tires in my life, and most of them, almost exclusively, I changed them by myself. But when tires become difficult, like this set of 20-plus-year-old worn out tires that may have been the original tires on this T-Dub, they were hard as a rock, and they were absolutely stuck to this rim. So it was really nice to have two people. Didn't have to fight as much. And not just that, I'm sure my presence with Luke kept him from throwing tools across the yard and maybe breaking some stuff, because I know I would have probably thrown some stuff. But yeah, not only that, I was glad I was there to help. I'm sure the thing went a little bit smoother, but I learned a few things. You know, you'd think after a few hundred tires changing, I would know it all, but Luke's probably changed quite a few tires too, and we both struggle with this tire. But the two things that I learned was alcohol is actually a lubricant. I mean, that's a fluid, and I figured it's probably better than nothing, but I never would have thought about alcohol as being a lubricant where you could, and I was just spraying some on there, being a lubricant where you could slip the tires easily on and off. And not just that, that was miraculous what it did to the tire, the bead of the tire. And I guess sometimes that's just all it takes. You know, I say glued, and it probably certainly wasn't glued, but it became pretty embedded on that rim, and the rim turns out that one of the tires, I think it was the rear tire, had some rust on the bead, which made it even more difficult. So I think anything that you can use to lubricate your tire and get it off that rim, it's just like rusted bolts. You know, you put some lube in there and it makes them come off. You don't have to extract your broken bolts out of his head. Same thing with the tire. I have been known to cut tires off of the rim. They've been so hard to get off. Just get in there with a reciprocating saw and cut the tire down to the point where you're not fighting a big hunk of metal. And if you can cut the actual cable that constitutes the bead, you can get it off. And the other thing that I learned that I don't think I showed on here is that you can inflate a tire without a tire chuck on a quick connect. You could just slip that quick connect over the tire valve and inflate the tire. So I learned two things: the alcohol and the bead inflator. Yeah, that's good to know new things. Every once in a while, I do learn. An old dog learns new tricks. But yeah, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Guaranteed to go anywhere.
Man, it's 70 miles per gallon. That's about the best.
Well, you know what would be really interesting is if you had an optional two-wheel drive button where you go, this is some tricky shit. Yeah, like a Rokon. Yeah, let me turn the two-wheel drive on. Click.